Howdy how. Excuse me for the late market analysis video. I know it's usually out on Saturdays, but how should I put this? Very, very, very strange things have occurred and are occurring that relate to me. So therefore, this video is going to be a little bit more compact than what it usually is on Saturdays and more like a market recap. So here, Friday, sell-off starts at 210. Now, if you want to look at what a candle where the big boys come in, usually it looks like that. Can be on a higher time frame as well. There you see it with the top wick, boom, like that. So this is the 1 hour crossed before open. Now I don't usually trade OPEX because you cannot trust a quad witching OPEX. So what do we have here? We got a double bottom. Will the rebound only hit the 9 or will it go up there? Now, I haven't really been on Twitter because I'm completely uninterested in seeing what the weekend experts are predicting. Basically, this is either going to retrace or we're gonna go for the gap fill below. Now, as you know, and I'm gonna give it to you again, my monthly levels for September are 4595. That's top on SPX, like the extreme top, which is above the gap, and right here in this zone would put in a lower high. Now I want to show this to you. This is just a projected path that I have. Don't get married to these arrows too much. But let me put it this way. We have been filling out below all September, right? We have been filling out below the supply area and above the demand area. That's all we've done. We've filled out this triangle. Question now becomes, do we fill out the triangle all the way? Since we've had two fake breakouts, this lower trend line, and I really encourage you to draw this in on your SPX daily, has held here. So we can either lose this, and if we do, we are absolutely 100% going down here. Then there's a do you see that teal trend line? That is from the May low. Okay. You know how TradingView moves these around. Okay. This could be another, put in a higher low. But that was a violent sell all day on Friday. But it was OPEX. So I would be surprised if we don't get any snapback. We obviously have a huge week. We got FOMC. Now, the VIX is under 13. And I've given you levels where it could go. Let me not move that. Can go all the way down to 10. However, I'm going to make a prediction. I am predicting that in September, this was not the sell-off. We are going to get a sell-off. I just think it comes at the end of the month. I think the VIX is going to spike up to these levels here and probably fill this fair value gap and make a good old W. I think that's going to happen, and then we come down from there for the rally, and I think we're going to have a huge rally. We needed to fill out that triangle I just showed you. becomes the big question. Draw this in. This triangle now becomes everything. I would think that we probably bounce up, and even FOMC down. Who knows? It's all about this triangle. I wouldn't put too much weight on this sell-off on Friday because it was OPEX, it was quad witching, you name it. So, what do we have coming up this week? Well, let's have a look, shall we? We got some Canadian data. We got some bond investment BS on Monday. This is going to be interesting. The final CPI. Then we got Canadian CPI. Got the Red Book. We got Japanese data. We get UK data. Lots of data this week. And then obviously on Wednesday, we have FOMC and interest rate projections and the press conference. So again, I would not be surprised if we fill this triangle out some more, and then come Wednesday that places us here. I wouldn't be surprised if we're right here in the middle. The Fed decision, I mean, I would think that Friday's move kind of also priced in a hike, but if we get a pause, we're gonna rip, okay? And it's pretty simple. Can the VIX go lower? Yeah, it doesn't matter that it hit year low. It can still go lower. It's power shares, okay? They decay. No one wants to talk about it, okay? Keep an eye on KRE. Bitcoin has, it's doing something. It's not really taking off how we projected it to, but if it does, Coinbase is still my main watch for next week. 10-year yield needs to come down. That's really what this Fed decision is all about. Is, as you can see right now, it's at the same level as that top, and it's got 2 higher highs. It needs to come down. The economy will absolutely crumble if they don't slap this down ASAP. Tesla held a pretty awesome level on Friday. The daily still looks good. Can it come down and go higher? Yes. The hourly looks absolutely shit. The daily looks shit on SPY. However, we're just filling out this triangle. And here, if you want to put in on SPY, same type of thing, kind of a little different. So as you can see, the SPX daily is more symmetrical than the SPY. So yes, can we tomorrow see 440 or 441? Yes, we can. There's a fair value gap. If not, we want to see Europe and China tonight absolutely moon. Okay, we don't know that yet, so we'll keep an eye on it. The NAMO, pretty flat, nothing too alarming. Okay, this is not a lot of puts. You've seen this in the 60s, same with calls. Okay, as for Monday, I got early low. So what does that mean? What does early low mean? Early low means we can gap down. That satisfies a early low. We can also open low and rally. I got early high on Tuesday, and one of my indicators say that we may rally on Tuesday into FOMC. So we might even be flat tomorrow. And if we can hold this trend line, I would be more inclined to play upside. I'm in some YOLOs for Wednesday. Wednesday early high, Thursday early low, Friday early high. Okay, so kind of a mixed batch. Now, let's take a look. Market risk is 283. That is freaking high. That is really, really, really high. Now, the interesting thing about Friday, obviously was that we had some Apple buys end of day off of lows. Okay, nothing too spectacular, but I do want to say that it closed above the 9. So Apple is Apple and Coinbase are main watches for me. Nvidia is still holding this weekly trend line. Okay, so that's huge. The daily right on there. However, that has crossed. So if this crosses down, I would expect this to go to, and I have a buy, I have an alert there to 406. Okay, that is, it could stop at, you know, wherever the 89 MA is, but I would expect it to, once we sell, to come for a double bottom here, but it's still holding. Netflix got obliterated hard. Carvana had a great week, especially on Thursday, and Friday it even held higher than it did on Wednesday. Okay. QQQ, however, lost its trend line, as you can see, because it's been pumped to smithereens. But we could put in a secondary trend line here, actually. Let's do that. Probably holds that one. Okay, so you can do that. Unity, the owner, or the CEO, I mean, sold a bunch of shares. So what I've worked on the side, I now have a flow bot that shows different type of insider buying or selling, as well as flow that comes in that I'll be using, because instead of looking at flow, I now have a bot, and I can see that a lot of 459 calls for October 20th came in after close, as well as 381 QQQ calls, a lot of them for September 29th. So that's interesting. We also got a lot of Nvidia 460 calls for next week's Friday come in after close. So a lot of calls at close. Again, that's OPEX, so we'll see if they pan out. I do want to say that Meta, look where it closed, 300 to the dot. So if we are to rally this week, this is a really good candidate for a snapback. Those puts would have paid. Again, I went in with a mindset of not really playing OPEX, because you never know. You can get a flat day, you can get a sell, you can get a ripper. So anyways, I take that as a win of just sitting on my hands. LMT, it had a nice move last week, but nothing, you know. I mean, this could potentially be an inverted head and shoulders, so I'm gonna put an alert here at 421, meaning if it holds 420 back test, we won't be getting our 404. I'll be looking at the same positions again. Now, I don't know what info I've been sharing, or if I've been sharing too much. But the shit show is in full swing, people. I'm gonna just say that. And keep in mind that after FOMC, we also have the UK's rate decision. We get Philly numbers, we got job claims, and then next Friday. Alright, there it is. That's the catalyst. Alright. So between Thursday and Friday, this is huge. This is bigger than FOMC. Okay, why? Because this directly impacts the dollar. And then obviously we got Friday, and then on Saturday we have the equinox that everyone's been warning you about. Okay? And as far as the dollar, I don't know why it's not up here right now. Sorry, Tesla. As far as the dollar, this is the weekly, okay? This is the daily. It's coming down a little bit. It needs to come down a lot. but it is getting ready. So we will see if this is a lower high. That would be great. Now I'll be trading this week, but it's all about FOMC and it's all about that Bank of Japan news actually. Okay, I'll be open, close, do the 5% challenge. Don't go too heavy this week. Okay, we can expect some volatility because of the VIX being where it is at. Okay, now it held that trend line into close, which is pretty interesting, wouldn't you say? So it can come all the way down here and go lower, and market can rally. I don't know if I'll be doing TikTok for very much longer. I will be doing the train because I love the train. We are getting into the times that we have predicted. Next year is going to be insane. I want to keep our community alive. But yeah, I don't know for how much longer I'm going to be doing TikTok, frankly, because I like spreading joy and information. Do I need the extra attention I've been attracting because of it? No, I don't. So let me leave it at that. I'm gonna keep the train going. I don't know if I'll keep doing freaking TikTok after this weekend. Anyways, don't mean to sound too cryptic, but anyways, love yourself, love your family, and God bless. Don't get cooked this week. There's gonna be plenty of moves. Keep an eye on Bitcoin, because if they don't pause, the banking sector, in my opinion, is going to take a huge hit, and the KRE is going to drill, and money will be going into crypto. Therefore, Coinbase is your best play. If they do pause, look for KRE and SPY, especially to absolutely moon. All right, thank you.